Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, outside, it looks like it's about to rain. The wind has picked up. So I'm hoping that there's some rain. I'm really hoping for some rain. We got rain yesterday, and it was good. But that heat came back out and dried up mostly everything. So hey, hey, welcome to the nighttime tea, my loves. For anybody that is coming in here, anybody that's coming to watch it on a replay, I appreciate you so, so much. I appreciate you for stopping by my channel. I'm sorry I had to start a half an hour later because my grandchildren are here. And so if you see them running in the room to ask me 50,000 questions, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing ahead of time because that's what's going to happen. They are all on their tablets and phones right now, but that will not stop them from coming to ask me. I fed them, got them something to drink, but you will see them popping in here because that's just what grandchildren do. No matter how much I tell them I'm on my live, they are going to pop in. So I hope you guys don't mind tonight. I'm hanging out with my grandbabies. So first things first, did you guys catch my foraging video? Because I kind of gave you a sneak peek and I talked a little bit about the herb of the week, which is chicory. That is the herb of the week. That is the herb of the week. And I did not pick a cup of the week today. So you see, I changed the title of my Thursday night lives. It was kind of long. I don't want everybody trying to remember the whole name, and I was trying to be cute with the name and everything. So this is just the nighttime tea. So I'm still going to give you my tea of the week. I'm still going to give you a herb of the week. Herb tea. Um, and I don't have a tea on today. I have on a t-shirt dress, and there is no sayings today. I decided to keep it sweet with black. Can't go wrong with black. So I don't have a tea of the week. I did have one. Actually, I should grab it because I wanted that to be the tea for this week. I'll just save it for next week. It's okay. You guys don't mind, do you? Hey guys, Desire for me. Hello, love. How are you doing? How's the garden going? So with the nighttime tea, we still gonna chat about the garden. We're still gonna chat about life. We're still gonna chat about my tea and herb of the week. We're still gonna chat about planning. What's on your plans? My plans is kind of up in the air because I have my grands, and I don't ever share with you guys. If you've gone, have you watched any of my other videos? You see what I mean? You want to go in the garden? Say hi, everybody.
Hi. Nice to see you.
It is late, so we can't go in the garden tonight. And plus, remember we came in, it seemed like it's about to rain. But I do have a surprise for y'all. I have something for you.
Hi, guys.
Say hi, Maya.
Hi, guys.
Be careful. Look, what I got you both. So go play in your planners. The one you just had in your purse, your book bag.
Okay.
Okay. Because I don't know what the one that you had here. But I think we have to get Jayla a planner.
Me too.
You have a blue one that you just had. All right. Oh no, I did not get your email. Okay, I'll pull it up now while I'm chatting with you and see what you sent me. I apologize. I did not check my email. I didn't even check my email yesterday, I don't think. I'm sorry for that. I will check it, I promise. I will check it. Let me see. I like to see the chat because I like to give you guys some things, some homework to work on for yourself. And you know my motto, due diligence. Anything that I share with you, please do your due diligence. That means do your own research. I do not give medical advice. I give holistic and health and wellness advice. I'm a certified health and wellness coach. Um, I do not diagnose people in the comments. So we can chat. We can chat about herbs and well-being, all of that all day long. I do not mind that. We definitely can do that all day long. I do not mind. Um, and actually, I am starting this series, God Desire. If you are an herbalist or you studying herbs or anything of that nature, listen, I'm doing an Ask a Herbalist. I think it's July 7th or the 8th. It's a Friday. I think it's a Friday. Yeah, Friday. If you want to join me, I'm looking for other herbalists that want to get on and we can answer people questions about herbs and go in the herb garden, how to use herbs in their daily life and culinary reasons, well-being reasons. So I wanna do that, and I'm looking for some more herbalists to join me. I know I have Janet, passionately, passionately intrigued, a couple other people that I think we asked, and I know Janet asked as well. So I want to do. I definitely am looking for more people to come and sit and chat with me regarding the Ask Herbalist um, chat live. So if you are an herbalist, please join me. I don't know. It's so funny, right? And so this is my desktop. And when I log onto YouTube, why my own live don't even come up? And it's my channel that I'm logged into. My own live doesn't come up, which is crazy to me. Really, people, I am live. I'm literally live right now. You're not an herbalist? Okay, hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Get to know your herb family. I'm trying to tell you. Get to know your herb family. There's a lot of gardeners here that know a lot of information about herbs. So, and what I wanted to do with that is for us to get to know our herbs. That's really the point of it. It's for us to get to know herbs. This is ridiculous. I should not have to go through all of this to get to my own live. So, what a delay. So, how was your week? I hope you had a great week. Um, uh, Let me see. You said you sent me an email. Is there something that you want to add? You can ask me here, or do you just want me to check my email? God's desire for me. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So tonight, oh, what did I do? Wrong one. Tonight, herb is chicory. But first, we will quickly chat about Virginia pepper grass. Um, so this herb, so the Virginia peppergrass, if you saw my other video prior to this one, let me see. Okay, thank you so much, sweetie. I promise I will check it. I will check it. I just know if it was something that I could answer for the herbs that I'm talking about today. Okay, so Virginia peppergrass. So when I forage, I was constantly running into this little plant, and I said, I know that this plant is good for something. It's such a cute plant too. Um, and it looks like pepper. So it's very spicy. It is a herb. It's a herbaceous plant. Um, it this is the kicker. And you have to go back and watch my other video prior to this one. The video I released before this, my live tonight. I showed the Virginia peppergrass. The funny thing about it, it is in the brassica family. It is so funny because it florets like broccoli. So you know how broccoli, once it starts to bolt and flower, its little stamen flare out. And so peppergrass is like that. When it's coming up, it's tightly woven. But then as it begins to bolt, because now we're going into summer, peppergrass normally is picked spring, just like dandelion and plantain. But just like the brassica family, the leaves are edible. Um, darn it, I got some. The peppergrass and the chicory are both downstairs. I'm so sorry. But I think I have a picture. Anywho, I have a picture. Anywho, and let me see my other book. Let me see if my other book is here too. Maybe it's in there. I'll show you guys. So, no, it's not in there. Okay, no. So I don't have a picture of the pepper grass with me, but it's such a really cute plant. The leaves, again, if you get the leaves early during the spring, you can put them in a salad. They're just like brassicas. You can eat the leaves. All of the plant is edible, whether it's a root, whether it's the stem, whether plant, the leaves, the stem. All of it is edible. It's spicy. You know how nasturtiums are have that little ting to it, spiciness to it. That's the Virginia peppergrass. It's the same way. You plant a chicory? Okay, so the funny thing is, all of the things that I forage and um, that I find when I'm out foraging or in the garden, I don't plant them because they're so easy to come by. And when I did that video on chicory, I showed everybody how it just grew in an empty field. Um, like where no houses are built. It was just a field. I checked because it's in a neighborhood that's in the city, so they don't spray or anything like that. So it's because it's so prolific. But let me tell you, if you planted it, it's phenomenal. Let me tell you, I don't know if you know, but I am and chicory is in the dandelion family. So if you planted it, listen, you can use it the same way we use dandelion. Like dandelion is my number one herb. I know y'all may get tired of me talking about dandelion. It's okay. I can talk to myself about it. But dandelion is such a great family of herbs because of their health benefits. So chicory is in that same family. So let me end off with the peppergrass. The peppergrass it is equal to black pepper. So if you find that you don't have any black pepper and you have some chicory growing in your yard, you can substitute the black pepper for chicory. I mean, look at me. Let me slow down. Virginia peppergrass is an alternative to black pepper, the black peppercorns. And actually, if you look at the stamen of the Virginia peppergrass, it grows up like that. It has those little balls on it. I'm telling you, when it starts to bolt like a broccoli plant, and you can use it as an alternative to black pepper. It has the same spicy taste like black pepper. And guess what? It grows in your yard. And go look at my video. Go look. Actually, if you're on my Instagram, r_r queen collection on Instagram. If you go on the Instagram, I showed the pictures of the Virginia peppergrass and I showed a picture of the chicory. Because what I did is I did the plant identification, so you guys can see what it looks like when I'm identifying a plant when I'm out foraging. So, what is Jamaican dandelion? What? Jamaican dandelion? And what's the other one you have? Italian dandelion? We gotta talk. We definitely will have to talk. I've never heard of it. But listen, I know that these plants have so many variations. It's like chamomile or oregano, Italian, or like thyme, lemon thyme versus regular thyme, basil versus holy basil. So I know that there are different varieties of these plants, and especially because plants tend when people take the plants and they take them and it's spread out over the world, most plants take on characteristics to protect themselves. So that's how you get the different fragrances, you different flavors, or different names for them based on where they've now rooted itself at. They may be in Germany, they may be in Italy, or they're here in the U.S. So plants tend to take on that also as a way to defend themselves. So I would definitely, I would love to. We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about oh the chicory went into transplant shop. Wow. And the thing is, and chicory, when I pull it, the root is like dandelion. It's easy to pull up the root. And even though dandelion root can get so deep, you really never pull up the whole root, but you can get a good majority of that root. And again, with when I'm doing my herbs where the root is equally beneficial, especially right now, all of those plants, chicory, dandelion, plantain, burdock, all of those things, well, not burdock, because burdock actually goes all the way to October, but those plants, when the summertime come, you really got to harvest them because that's when they are going to seed. Summertime, once June has hit, I think about July, they're bolting, and seeds are everywhere. The seeds, the wind have blown them, birds and different pests have carried them somewhere else for them to spread out around. Uh, so it's best to harvest if you harvest them. Um, God's desire for me, what I would do is I would find out where they're growing prolific near me and forage them. They're very easy to find, very easy to identify, believe it or not. So the thing about the chicory is leaves look just like dandelion leaves. It has the same serrated leaves that look like a lion's mane. How I talked about with the dandelion leaves, it has that same leaf. And that's one of the ways you could tell it's in the same family. Has the same leaves as dandelion. So you can definitely identify it and try and find it in areas near you. Um, you know, like sometimes there are plots of land that are undisturbed. They tend to grow in those places because they're trying to balance soil. So you definitely can find it because where I find it, there used to be houses there. They removed the houses, and there probably were gardeners there, and so those gardeners probably were planting there. Oh, it has a red stem. So normally when it has that red stem, it tells you that it's meant for blood, for your blood. That's one of the things that you'll learn as you study more and more about herbs. Herbs, being able to identify them and what part of the body they work on. Normally, when it has that red stem, I mean, it's meant for your blood. It meant that it does some kind of benefit to your blood. So it you know, you as we move on, there'll be so many other things that I'll share with you guys. I would, oh no. Listen, that jungle may have some benefits back there. I don't know. You see, I did a video when I was at Tree. Excuse me, when I was at Tree King, and oh my God, it was a jungle out there. The thing is, I had on my work uniform because I was going to work after, so I had my boots on. I had my work boots on and my pants. So that's the only reason I dared to go into that area because I had those boots on. Child, you better get them, what do you call them? Our gardening boots. You know they rubbery. Get them boots and treckle out. Don't go too far because you know I'm all about safety first. But safety first. Get always be safe first. But yeah. So safety is first. You definitely want to be safe first. But I found, oh my gosh, I got the burdock laying out there. I got burdock laying out there, drying. I have it drying. I have it hanging so that it can dry. And burdock leaves get humongous. You know what I love about them is one leaf can benefit the body so much because burdock leaves get so huge. So enough about burdock. Uh, but I ain't that brave. Yeah. Yeah, if it's too much, if it's like really like a forest, yeah, you want to have definitely have somebody with you. You definitely want to be covered head to toe. So yeah, if you don't want to trek in there, listen, you can find some undisturbed land near you. Believe me, check your neighbor's yard. That's how great chicory grows. It grows like dandelion. If you have dandelion, so if you see plantain, normally these grow together. So plantain, Virginia peppergrass, dandelion, they all grow together. You'll see their leaves intertwined. They're all serving a different purpose for the soil, but they normally are growing intertwined. Each of them have their own benefit, but it's so funny because normally around that time when we're trying to get the garden together, there's stinging nettle, there's plants that are poisonous. The funny thing is your ground and your soil is there's the warning plants and then there's the plants for healing. Like you can use plantain as a benefit to help you if you get stung by the stinging nettle. So with the dandelion and plantain, they complement each other. That's why you see them all growing together. Your what's growing around you. God is, and I don't. If y'all don't want to hear me talk about God, I'm sorry, you're on the wrong channel. But God, he gives us these benefits. It's how we test out the things that are good for us and the things that's not good for us. How do we know certain plants are poisonous? Because somebody took it, and then there was somebody who had an antidote, used a different herb as an antidote. If you go back in the history of Ayurvedic medicine, Indian medicine, Chinese medicine, they used it. Normally if one plant harmed us, another plant healed us. And that's how I look at the well-being, and that's how I look at our herbs and things in the garden. But the thing is, so I'm writing my. I told y'all before I shared how I am writing my own. It's called the Materia Medica, but my own herbal book. And what happens is a lot of our well-being and health and well-being and healing herbs and those things are lost down the line, and because some people rely on traditional medicine, but a large majority of the world follow herbal and naturopathic medicine. They don't really they tend to rely on the homeopathic medicine, and we normally our parents used to tell us about how they healed, how grandma used to go in the yard, all of those things. So a lot of it gets lost in time. So it's important, those that are herbalists, and I'm talking to those who are herbalists now, and those who just study herbs, pass it down to your children, pass it down to your family. We have lost so much. If you talk to even some of the Chinese medicine, the Ayurvedic medicine, any kind of homeopathic medicine, African medicine, folklore. All folklore started from African medicine, and it was passed down generation to generation. I mean, their families would continue the line and pass down healing and herbs. I was sharing on the last video how I watched this a brother in Jamaica, and he goes through his garden and he actually has the original names of the herbs, and he'll tell you the herbs what we call them here in America, but he tells you the traditional name of the herbs, and he just walks through his garden in Jamaica and he's naming them and he's calling them out, and he'll even say if this one is poisonous. Oh, my parents used to give us this to offset that. Like it was such a beautiful. I have to remember the name of his channel. If I remember, I'll try to put it in the comments. I know I said that before, but I really got to find his channel. Um, but I love his garden and how he walks through. He has a side where there's all herbs, and then he has food, a garden for food, and I just love that. But I say that to say, if you are learning, like about herbs, pass it down to your children, pass it down to your family members. You know what I mean? Share it with them, because that's how we continue our health and well-being, is passing down that knowledge that we knew, which is why I'm working on my own book, because they said so much was lost by it stopped being passed down from family to family. Even with recipes, that's what recipes were originally for. is that they used to write recipes as to because most herbs were used as culinary. They were normally used for cooking and eating, not just for healing. There were a set of herbs that was separately that served dual purposes for eating as well as healing. But we definitely have to pass it down. Yeah, the chicory, you probably do have it in your yard. And the thing is, the flowers look sort of purple, but they're a bluish purple. So definitely, he definitely did. I told you that's why I got into herbalism because I saw how bad things were getting with the food. It's the price had got so high, and regular people just were not eating. They couldn't afford food. Can they? Sure enough, can't afford medication by going to a doctor. They couldn't. They can't afford it. A lot of people can't afford it. I remember at one point, I was using my pharmacy for life, and oh my gosh, if you guys don't know about pharmacy for life, you go check that brother out, brother Styles P and his wife, a beautiful wife over there at Pharmacy for Life. They have natural herbs and medicine. Well, not medicine. They have natural herbs and supplements, health supplements, and phenomenal. And they'll tell you where not to get your herbs from. So, and I say that because a lot of us get our herbs on Etsy and Amazon. Be careful just where you get your herbs from. My girl, she is of the woods. Love her, love her, love her. And in fact, I gotta check out her latest video. Um, she talked about how some of these places where we order herbs online are not truthful about how long they've had the herbs or just different things. She said there are certain questions that we must ask when we're ordering our herbs and stuff online. You need to make sure that the where they sourced it from was not sprayed with pesticides or herbicides. So that's important. I am trying. So I'm on a herbalist group on Facebook, and I asked all of the people in the group today. I said, "Listen, are y'all herbs bolting and dying from the excessive heat? Like I feel like my mints. Like I spent a whole lot of money on my mint plants. I have almost 10 varieties, maybe 10 or more varieties of mint, and they keep dying and coming back because the heat is so excessive. And so they all said the same thing. They're having the same issue that some of their herbs are bolting and they were just letting them bolt. And I said, we got to cut them off if you want to keep going, unless you're going to keep buying. Like I've done that. My chocolate mint, I went and bought another chocolate mint because that one had, the original one had burnt crisp, got real crispy and dried out. I just took it and I put it in a Ziploc, and here I had already dried herbs. But then it left, you could still see it growing, and I just added a new chocolate mint on top of it. So and it can get expensive, but right now herbs are pretty cheap because this is not the time to buy herbs because at the nurseries and stuff they're bolting and they're drying out because they're going through the same heat that we're going through. But if you can grow your own herbs, grow them. Listen, herbs are one of the easiest things to grow. Herbs, you just gotta water them. If you just water them, they will give you what you need throughout the seasons. And herbs can grow all year long. One of the young ladies asked when I posted that question today if we grow herbs indoor. I said you can grow them indoor and outdoor. I have both. I have basil inside. My rosemary, I had a rosemary sitting in the cut thing that it came in, and I was too afraid to take it outside or to transplant it because me and Rosie wasn't getting along. But guess what? Today I harvested some rosemary. I only got a couple sprigs, but I had enough to put in my tea. I wanted to put that one in my tea. Two nice little sprigs because rosemary is sensitive. Rosemary actually has an attitude, and you're not supposed to harvest. Well, for any plant, you're really not supposed to harvest more than 30% of the plant. Otherwise, rosemary is one of those plants that'll get mad at you for taking more than necessary, and it'll die back. And I that happened to me a whole lot of times. So I learned to only take 30% of the plant. and allow the rest to grow. And then the other one will bush out and catch up. Then you can harvest more. But the thing is, it's cut and come again. You can keep cutting, as it's continued to grow. Like it grew so long that I have it in a planter, so which was great. So always remember that rule. Yeah, my lavender, I did the same thing. I tried to do that, cut straight across on the lavender. On one of them, I did that, and it's taken so long to come back. I don't know if it's a little sensitive like rosemary, but I see the little purples coming in it, and I was able to dry it. I didn't need, the funny thing is, you didn't even have to put it anywhere particular, like in your base in the garage and stuff to dry out. I get a bowl or a baking sheet and sit it out in the sun, and it be dry in a day. You know how normally we got to hang herbs for weeks for it to dry out completely? It is so hot outside. We're in a heat wave that you can literally dry the herbs outside. I didn't even have to bring it in, put it in my oven. I just sit it outside. I have a baking sheet, but you can't let it stay out too long where it gets wet again the next time it rains. You don't want to do that. So you definitely want to keep an eye on your plant if you're leaving it outside to dry. But I left the lavender outside to dry. It was dry. The next day I went out, I went and picked it up. It was dry the next day. And I'm just put it right inside. So here we go. Tonight's herb is all about chicory. So with a herbal book, if you are looking to pass it down either for recipes or pass herbs down for um, just knowledge, or you could be working on your own um, book where you're keeping track of herbs and what you've learned, because the whole point of it is to learn the history and folklore of it and then bring it up to modern time with how you use it now. So we know what the history of a plant is, and we study its energetics and study what part of the body systems it works for. And then the thing is, you're supposed to update it with how you use it in this modern time, and that's how you create your own herbal book. Is adding your information to it. Oh, you did. I think somebody build one. I think what was their name? I love their channel. Not Homestead Heart. It is. Oh my goodness! It's a husband and a wife team. I hate when I do that. My mind go blank. I'm sorry, y'all. But great brother and sister that have a channel. He built a drying rack. He just harvested onions. So if you know who I'm talking about, he just did a video. His wife normally records, not Supreme Family Garden. It's another one where he harvested onions today, and his onions look fabulous. Well, their onions look fabulous, and his wife actually cooks and makes. I learned how to make buttermilk from her. So phenomenal, phenomenal. So chicory is in our dandelion family. Let's see, Chicordum intibus is a herb found throughout the United States, Australia, Europe. It thrives in a wild and grows intentionally. It does for culinary and industrial purposes. It grows for herbal purposes, for medicinal purposes as well. Chicory is the same botanical family as dandelion, ragweed, marigolds, and chrysanthemums. Yeah, I don't know if everybody remember, but chrysanthemums is part of the dandelion family, and I love them because they are great with bug repellents as well. Uh, Ah, so that's a great point. 40% of the plant is comprised of inulin, which is an aller, oh, saccharide, a type of carbohydrate fiber. Chicory also contains other beneficial compounds like polyphenols. Polyphenols, if you hear polyphenols in herbs, those are some of the medicinal benefits that's really good for the body. Um, so actually, let me put that in there so y'all can look that up. because you will find that many of the herbs contain polyphenols, and they will tell you uh, to make sure that you are consuming those polyphenols. Okay, so I put that in there. So the entire plant, again, the entire plant is edible. You can use it in a tea. You can make beverages out of it. Um, and people use it as a food additive, dietary supplement. People do use the flowers uh, for decorating sweets and things of that nature. So again, dandelion, chicory is part of the dandelion family. So you know how I tell you guys that I use dandelion as a coffee alternative? Yes, I do love your shoes. Make sure you put my shoes back when you're done. What you do with the pink shoes? I'll put it back. Okay, thank you. So when you so if you're the type that you don't want to consume caffeine, but you still want that uplifting drink that'll still give you that energy that you need, but this is a beneficial energy. That's what the dandelion family does. You can use chicory as a coffee alternative. You're actually making a tea out of it, but it acts in the same nature as coffee, where it gives you energy, lifts your mood, things of that nature. And you can definitely, you will not have that caffeine where that drop in energy. You won't have that. You won't have the addiction to caffeine. You also won't have the negative benefits of caffeine, which caffeine robs the body of minerals and nutrients. It is an inhibitor. Chicory and that dandelion family of herbs, they won't do that to you. You'll still have the same energy, and it gives you energy, a slow release energy that sustains you over a period of time. So I'm good for taking a pot and adding the chicory or the dandelion to it and making a nice fresh pot like it's a pot of coffee. And I got this fabulous looking tea. I love what it looks like when I make it. The color that comes from it, it's just so good. And what I love is that my grandkids, they drink it with me. They be asking for coffee. They don't need no coffee. That's too early to be robbing their bodies of nutrients. So the coffee alternative, um, adults who consume more than 300 milligrams of caffeine per day. So with around 90% of them consuming some form of caffeine per day, because it is America's choice of drink, is bad. Unfortunately, caffeine can exacerbate stress symptoms in the body, and that was a study that was published by the Pharmacology, Biochemistry, and Behavior showed how much stress having caffeine can have on the body. That's just if you guys need some research on caffeine, because I'm constantly talking about caffeine. Yes, I'm telling you that chicory, dry it, put it outside like I bought it in today. I have it in Ziploc bags when I'm foraging. Be careful, girls. That I put it in Ziplocs when I'm out foraging. And if you forage, please remember my safety tips: gloves, Ziploc bags, scissors, so that you are not ripping and cutting by hand. That you're using scissors and you have gloves on your hand. You have Ziploc to store it in. Chicory grows so big. It's not like dandelion, which goes low to the ground. Chicory is huge. Its stems and leaves go out so wide, and the flowers are just so beautiful. The flowers are really pretty. And if you are the type of person that does that culinary and you're cooking, it would be a great flower. Like say you were making some potatoes, or you were making like a nice dish. Like I don't eat beef, but say you had like a steak or something, and you had mashed potatoes, you can take the little purple flowers, put the purple flower on there, and serve it and say, "Hey, it's edible." Surprise your family. Be a nice little surprise. Or if you're making chicken, it's a really pretty little bluish purple flower that you can sit on top of your food, which is phenomenal. Um, so let me see. Let's go on. Oh, So let me think. I want to make sure I give you the coffee information. So chicory root. So also when you store, just understand like right now, once it bolts and it starts to flower, that means that pretty soon all of the medicinal benefits is going back down into the root. It still has benefits in the root. So I always tell people when you're foraging it and you pull it up from the root. So you got that root and then you also have the stem. I dry the whole plant. Do not discard any of the plant. The entire plant is edible. I wouldn't eat the stems, a little hard if you know how to cook them down. But I dry it and definitely use it as a tea or coffee alternative. And I use it in my herbal teas when I'm making herbal formulations for people who need it. I'm definitely doing it. Another great benefit to it is that it is an excellent source of prebiotic fiber. So chicory it has a lot of prebiotic fiber benefit. Um, Fruits and vegetables, grains, and legumes, it contains the same fiber as those. It contains the same fiber as fruits, vegetables, legumes, which are your beans, and whole grains. Some people can't consume whole grains, so just be careful. Um, Fiber is a powerful nutrient that the digestive system needs to. No, y'all go ahead in the back room and play because I'm on my live, okay? Okay. And so let's see. So they play an essential role in promoting a healthy diet and lifestyle. The first kind is soluble fiber.
Can I decorate with this?
Where's your planner? Where's the stickers I gave you? I gave you some Tinkerbell stickers. I love those stickers.
It's on the back room.
Okay, go get it. And then there's some paper over here. Okay? Go get your stickers and you can have some paper on the printer.
Okay.
All right? I'm sorry, guys. So, let me see. Let me get it here. So it is. It contains soluble fiber, which promote regular bowel movements and plays a role in weight control by making people feel fuller longer after eating. So it is a great tea to drink. Okay, good job.
Can I get that paper?
No, not this paper. Let me give you a paper. Okay. Maya, look up top there. Get y'all some paper up top.
Here?
Under the cookies, yeah. Keep going. Oh, no. Not that one. Up top there. Yeah, right up there. You see the plain paper? Okay. Here, take your stickers. Y'all go sit on the floor.
Can we have something to draw with?
What you doing with all these stickers?
We gotta decorate.
What'd you decorate them with? Y'all ain't put them stickers on the wall, did you?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I don't care. I'm just gonna put them
She put it all over.
bro.
She put it all over my book.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Y'all sit on the floor. Or you can sit on
Can
the
we have
bed.
something to draw with?
Maya, you need to go find your markers and stuff in the back room. You have markers and pens and stuff.
Where?
In the back room. Look on your desk. Look in the stool that's under the desk. If you lift it up, all your markers and things are in there. And y'all gotta make Auntie a birthday card, so don't forget.
Okay, Mary.
You gonna make your mommy a birthday card?
Mine?
Yes.
My mom? Mm-hmm. Maya, Mary said, can you make my mom a birthday card?
Okay. So as a prebiotic, it also contains inulin. I'm sorry, I gave y'all that. It is a dietary fiber that feeds and promotes the growth of healthy bacteria in our gut, which aid in healthy digestion and stronger immune system. So now with that, I'm going to say this. So with the prebiotic fiber, the reason why it's so important. So let's get into this now. A lot of the foods that we consume, a lot of the food that we eat robs us of nutrients in the body. I spoke about this earlier. What happens is there are inhibitors in some of the foods that we eat. There are purposeful inhibitors that stops the body from absorbing the nutrients. So say for instance, say you are you need vitamin C. Say you have low iron and you have to take an iron supplement, right? So with that iron supplement, you know that if they you have to take vitamin C. Your body will not absorb iron from anything. No matter how many broccolis you eat, green peppers you eat, your body will not absorb the iron unless vitamin C is present. Vitamin C must be present in order for the body to absorb the iron. So now with that, if you have food that you ate and it has an inhibitor which inhibits your body from absorbing vitamin C, or it is an inhibitor that prevents the body from absorbing iron, that normally happens in your gut. Normally all this is taking place in the gut. That's why there's so much focus now on gut, prebiotic health, kombuchas, and things of that nature, because people know that all of our body processing is happening in the gut. And it is also where we are malnutrition at as well. It's happening in the gut because of what we have eaten, what we drink, sodas and things of that nature. That sugar is our number one inhibitor. It is causing to the body to not absorb anything else. And sugar, it metabolizes in the body so quickly. Like it goes straight to your bloodstream. We should be concerned about that. How fast sugar is absorbed into the bloodstream, and it is in our blood, and it is causing our liver not to function properly. So we have to be mindful of that. But that's the whole push where you see everybody making all these kombuchas and ferment drinks and things of that nature, and prebiotic drinks and things of that nature, because they know what's happening in the gut. And in order for us to move those things out of our system, we have to heal the gut. We have to have things that are going to help our gut do what it's supposed to do. Your body will heal itself. You got to feed it the right things. You can't keep feeding it something you know that is not good, and then you're giving it something good on top of it. That was one of the things that I physically had to work on. Like I know, so for me, like I was iron deficient, terrible, but I was drinking coffee when I was working and up all night. I worked the night shift, not getting enough sleep in the daytime. You have to balance those things out. If you are I had to slow down on the coffee. It's just like people who are trying to break habits. It's going to take you a while. I'm taught in our culture that it takes 14 days to break a bad habit. So it's going to take time, but you got to be consistent and you got to keep working at it. It takes 14 days to break a bad habit. And what I did is I took that time and I said, I'm not going to drink coffee as much. And I just started working on my herbal teas. And I remembered, okay, dandelion is an alternative for tea. So now I'm drinking that so much. But the thing is, oh, and the other thing, sugar. Oh man, I remember when I was driving with my sister and we used to love McDonald's coffee. My daughter, my sister. We used to love oh, you did a fast? Of course, in my this did a fast. I'm trying to heal my God. Listen, it's so important, and I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest things I did. But I went and my sister was like, "Let me have 2 creamers and 14 packs of sugar." Okay, let me pause. She asked the lady at McDonald's for 2 creamers and 14 packs of sugar. She had it down to a science how much sugar that would make that coffee sweet. And I'm telling you, I was addicted to the McDonald's Mocha Cafe, and I can just imagine how much sugar is in there. Guys, y'all know the thing where they tell you take a can of soda, and if you measured it, about 80% of it is just sugar, and then the rest is water. Yeah, it gets bad. So with sugar, so one of the guys at my job, he's a health nut. Even when what I admire about him is he knows when he's going too far off of his health path. He'll come back. He'll do a fast. He'll work out, extra just to get himself back up to where he was. And then he challenged me to no longer that I would not put more than 2 packs of sugar in my drink, whether it was coffee, whether it was tea, it did not matter. And then what I did, I studied my boss, and she is Asian, and I adore her, very professionally. But she would tell me she never used sugar. She never used sugar in her tea. She had tea maybe twice a day. She had tea. Not one time did she ever put sugar. She said, "Well, I never use sugar." She never used sugar in her tea, and she would have just honey. She would use honey, and then a friend of mine, another officer that I knew, she used to be a high-ranking officer that worked for my job. She said she would drink coffee, but she used cinnamon, and that's how I got on the cinnamon kick. Oh no, I listen. I'm good. I'm good now. Again, with that challenge that my coworker had me on, I was only doing 2 packs of sugar. I would do 2 packs of sugar, and it has to be the sugar in the raw. I'm particular to that only because of the white sugar easily absorbs into the bloodstream, and I was trying to get away from that. Um, I don't use any sweetener of my tea. So I'm learning that. I had I when I make my tea, when I make a tea for my own health, I don't put any. You know what I put in it? It's so funny, but I use this now when I'm making my fire cider. I put dates in it. Dates are a natural sweetener. And so when I'm making a fire cider, it takes away some of the sting of the fire cider that I'm making for people. So even when I'm filling them a jar, like they order it, and I will put dates in it because dates are naturally sweet, and the fiber, the prebiotic fiber that is in that bad boy, a date. Listen, if you don't know about, so there's 2 things that I've learned to sweeten my drinks with now, because now even with the honey, I mean, I prefer honey over the sugar. So you'll see me when I'm making the tea. I didn't make the tea today because I'm drinking water right now, lemon water. But with the tea, I'm trying to move away from the sugars. I do have the honey, but I'm trying to get better with it. Like I do want um, to go without putting a sweetener in it, but sugar breaking a sugar habit is worse than crack. That's what I was told. That if you ever somebody that has a drug habit and they try to break it, how hard it is for them to get clean. That's what sugar does to the body. The withdrawal that is done. I read Queen Afua book where she said, "Don't be fooled. Your body tries to trick you when you're trying to break those habits of eating those bad foods, especially particularly for sugar, because the body goes through withdrawal because the those foods that contain the MSG and sugar have such a stronghold on the body. And if we also all have parasites and worms inside of us that feed off of that sugar and those bad foods and things that we eat. And Queen Afua said that it will trick your body. You will go through these withdrawal symptoms thinking you need to go and eat or drink those things because your body has tricked you." Okay, that's okay. I'm fine with that. Okay, you're making your mommy a card. Yeah. Okay. Wait, wait. Hmm? All the pencil is dried out and I can't even use it. Okay, here. Hold on, guys. Hold on, God's desire. Let me get her a pen. Oh, here, you can use my pen. More tape. I don't have any more tape. You're not using no more of my tape. Here, girlfriend. Those are my Dollar Tree picks. So, yeah, I'm still trying to break my habit of sugar. Again, like I said, I still use sugar in the raw. I keep it mostly because of my grands. Like I said, when I make me a herbal tea, I don't put anything in it. If I have some dates in the house, I'll put dates in it and let the dates just release slowly into it, and you're just fine. I tell myself that I'm just drinking water so that I'm not, mentally looking for a sweet taste to my herbal blends that I formulate for myself. So, and anybody know anybody that orders herb from me, I always tell them get some honey. Please don't do sugar because I don't want you to have a sugar craving long after you're done with the herbal blend. Because at the some point we're going to get to the point where we really need to just stop eating sugar altogether because it really is that detrimental to our health. Um, too much sugar. So again, I'm down to the 2 packs, which is great. So what I did this the month of June and the end of May is I gave up rice. I wanted to give up rice for 30 days, and it was so easy to lose weight after that. And because all of the controversy around rice, whenever it's so funny because most of the time they know the things that are not good for us. They know it. It's not till we start making a fuss about it and we start talking about it and we're trying to get other people to be healthy and they're not doing it anymore that they'll come out and say, oh yeah, we realize that it really isn't good for you. Like the whole controversy around rice. I didn't give up rice because of that controversy because I don't listen and take everything from everybody because sometimes it's just a bandwagon. Sometimes they just try to throw us off because we're being healthy and they know there are some plants that will totally heal us. And I'm particularly talking about the whole comfrey debate. Uh, so I try to do what I call due diligence, and I tell everybody that do your due diligence. Please don't stop at your first search. Is just Google. And I love Tina because she's always constantly telling people, I know y'all don't believe everything I say. You want to go Google it. Google is not the end all be all. It is not. Go to a library and get you a book. What's out now that's popular, that's got everybody on the internet going crazy, is The Lost Book of Herbalism. That book is out, but it was books long before her. And basically, that is her material medica. That is her, what she learned, what she studied, what she traditions were passed down from folklore, African medicine, African folklore, Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine. Those are all things that she learned and was passed down that she was able to combine into a materia medica, which is the Lost Book of Herbalism. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, but she's not the only one. We look, the mother of, they call the mother of herbs is Mary Gladstar. There's so many. There's African medicine. I love. If you are, listen, we call this YouTube University, right? Um, you hear something from people in control of the appetite. Absolutely.
Thank you, Nanny.
You're welcome.
Look,
I'm trying to get to your comment.
Nanny, this is
God's desire. Heard when you hear something from the people in the control,
are you
do
alive?
the opposite. Yeah, you want to just do your due diligence. You want to look it up because they sometimes they can mix truth with falsehood, and you just want to do your due diligence so that when you move forward, you know you did your own research and now you're walking on your own research and you're doing it. It's just like when we go to the doctor. Whenever my doctor prescribed medicine for me, I don't just take it because she handed it to a script to me. I go look it up. I want to know what the side effects are. I want to know what these things are. And normally I have a conversation with her before I leave her office because to prescribe something for me, I want you to tell me how it's going to benefit me. I want you to tell me, will it affect any of my organs? There are many. Did you know that antibiotics are the one of the number one inhibitors in the body? That when and I'm not telling nobody not to take antibiotics. I am not. I'm giving y'all a scientific fact that antibiotics are often inhibitors. They're one of many things that we can take that inhibit the body from absorbing nutrients. And you have to be careful with that. You want to ask your doctor, is that the best option for me? And we need it. Sometimes when you are that sick and you're chronic or you got these things going, you need to take your medicine. Don't misconstrue my words. I'm not telling nobody not to take no medicine. What I'm saying is have a conversation with your doctor, do your due diligence, because that's what I do. I do my due diligence. We're having a conversation about anything that she gives me, and especially because she knows that I am homeopathic, that I'm into homeopathic medicine and herbal medicine. So we have those conversations, so she knows where I'm going with my health and well-being. So back to chicory. So we know that it is a prebiotic fiber. It is a soluble one, same as our fruits and vegetables, has the same fiber as those fruits and vegetables. So, did you know that chicory is also great for your heart health? So, your heart health, the inulin. Let me put that in the comments because anybody that watch on a replay, they can do their homework. The inulin. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me get back here.
Look, Nanny. Jayla made 2 cards for her.
Very nice. I love it. Did you fold it in half?
I gave her like 3 that I folded.
Inulin is great for your heart health.
Why?
Get down with them clothes. You know how to get on my bed with them clothes on. Go get your PJs out your bag. Come help her, Maya. Get down. Go get your PJs. We do not get on any bed with our clothes on. We know that. I'm sorry, y'all. I told you with grandchildren it wasn't gonna matter.
Nanny,
Yes.
I don't have PJ. The clothes that I have in my bag is for after swimming.
Okay, can you go look in the back room, see if I got your PJs back there? I think I have your PJs here.
No.
Remember you had on PJs last time.
That's the one I brought home.
You took the pajamas off? Explain this to me, y'all. I buy my granddaughter stuff for her. Don't put your face in there. Her stuff to keep here. It don't matter if it's a doll because we play with the dolls. And what else we play with? Makeup, and different things. I'll turn around and go, where is your stuff at? What you done done with it?
I took it home.
And then she's sitting here going, I don't have any PJs. What happened to the PJs? I washed the PJs when you're here. And you took them home. Okay, go in the back room. I did see one of the shirts that I got you. Okay?
What shirt?
The pink one when you and Jayla had the matching shirts. For the trip when we went to Chicago. When we went to Detroit.
The one that the one that had like a skirt on it?
Something on it, I forget. Let's go check the back room. The bag in the back room. Next to the bed. Go knock out. Where's my bathing suit? Where's the bottom to my bathing suit? Somebody knocked it down. Where is it? You do? Okay, we'll go ahead and play with Maya. Let me finish my live, okay? Okay, so heart health. I'm sorry, y'all. So look up the inulin. Inulin is one of the main nutritional or medicinal benefits of chicory. So the fiber in chicory is not only good for digestive health, but studies show that it also has the ability to reduce levels of LDL cholesterol. That's our bad cholesterol. So it reduces your bad cholesterol in the body, and that's one of the leading causes of high blood pressure. So under certain conditions, it prevents the flow of blood by binding to arteries and veins. In turn, this makes it harder for the blood to flow through. It's just telling you what high blood pressure is. So you risk yourself getting a heart or stroke whenever you have high blood pressure. So it's saying that chicory reduces your LDL or bad cholesterol. That's basically what it's saying. So there's a great prebiotic fiber, a coffee alternative, great for heart health, and it also helps with weight loss. As a great source of fiber, it aids in healthy and natural weight management. Because so that's what it's saying. It makes the body feel fuller when you eat. So that's why it's best that you can consume it like 20 to 30 minutes before you eat dinner, and it helps the body to feel fuller when you eat dinner. If you're the type, and especially if you're the type, like I'm a snacker, I'm not really a full meal eater, even though I can cook and make a great meal. I'm still a snacker, and that's one of the things, and that's that sugar thing is the craving of the sugar. And I wanted to talk about that too, about how when I was in Maryland, they were saying how chocolate was now one of the largest imports in the US. Like more people consume chocolate than anything else, and how much sugar it takes that they add to the cacao plant. But we'll talk about that another time too. But I was remembering that as I was thinking about breaking this sugar habit. Um, so it is an appetite suppressant, and this is natural fiber. So this is not any kind of synthetic fiber. This is a natural fiber. That's why they say soluble fiber that helps the body to feel full and suppresses the appetite to reduce cravings. Um, um, Let me see. It helps with the regulation of ghrelin, which is an amino acid that modulates the hunger feeling and food seeking. So that's interesting because MSG, so that must be what MSG reduces, because MSG, what it does is it confuses the body into thinking that some of the foods that we are consuming. I know Tina talked about it. I talked about it 2 weeks ago as well about MSG. And then I know Tina talked about it. I think she briefly touched on. I don't know if she didn't go into detail that I seen, but and I did mention it on her live too, how it tricks the body into thinking it's not full. So you can eat a certain food because MSG was created by Chinese scientists. Go look that up. It was created by Chinese scientists to get people to enjoy the foods that they made. And so what it does is confuses the body and tricks the body into thinking that not only that something is good, but also that you can't get enough of it. So that's why when you so foods that contain MSG, when you think about that food, your mouth can start to salivate just by thinking about it. I mean, your body still has MSG in it. MSG tricks the body into thinking that something is good. It tricks the body into absorbing those amino acids into the body and going directly into the bloodstream. And that's what makes them so dangerous, because some of those things, that chemicals and things that's in our body that we are consuming, are not good for us, but it's going straight to our bloodstream because it has contains MSG. And there was a big push a while ago to remove MSG from food, talking about people allergies. No, it is a chemical. It is a synthesized chemical that tricks the body into absorbing things that are not good for us, into thinking that things taste good when they really do not. Um, if you are a healthy person, and you taste something that you haven't had before, but you can taste that there's something not right about that food. I remember one time I had, I was trying to think, what food was I eating? Because I don't want to single anybody out and think that I'm picking on someone particularly about their food. But I tasted and I knew something wasn't right, and I had to take it back and request my money because I knew that it was not cooked under the conditions that I ordered it, that I requested, or what they were proclaiming it to be. And so I took it back. I knew it. There was no discussion needed to be had. And I think I remember on I think yesterday on Wind Down Wednesday, Bouger was saying how um, she was saying that she didn't trust places or food manufacturers who are all of a sudden organic. And I'm with her in that point, because her point she was trying to make yesterday during Wine Down Wednesday is that, why do you now have to be organic? If you cared about our health, you would have been organic from the beginning. It wouldn't take all of a mass movement of people moving to eat healthy for you to make something healthy. And it's true. We have all these places, and a lot of them are paying off companies to certify them as organic when they're naturally not organic. We saw like different celebrities and revealing companies that lie about their food and lie about yeah, I'm a horrible snacker. I'm a horrible snacker. I could snack and not eat at all day. And I'll go find a snack and be just as content. And it's not a good place to be. But the good thing is I'm constantly checking myself, and that's the whole point you want to be at. You don't want to be to the point where you just don't care about your health. You don't care about what goes into your food. You don't care about the effect that these things are having on you. Don't want to be like that. That's not the point you want to be. The first law of nature is self-preservation. So if the first law of nature is self-preservation, you're not gonna walk out and what well, depending on your mental state, you're gonna want to save yourself. When you wake up in the morning, we're thanking God that we woke up to see another day because we want to wake up, we want to live another day. Our the point of being on this earth is to live and to live it fully, to live it joyfully. It is not to leave this earth. That's why many people, they say their prayers. They, want to live. They want to live a long life. We want to see our children grow up, our grandchildren, and things of that nature. Because the first law of nature is self-preservation. So, if the first law of nature is self-preservation, you want to treat the body as though you are trying to preserve it and make it live a long life. You don't want to leave this earth before it's time because you are nonchalant about your well being, about your health. And I know that things are hard right now for a lot of people. Heck, it's hard for me. It is not an easy task to navigate through a lot of these things, but I learned to have faith. And that's my biggest thing is our God has brought me thus far. I couldn't do it without him helping me see my path and where I wanted to go and where I needed to go. And I wanted to be in line with what it is that God had for me. And he knows that my desire is to help people be well. And I'm walking that path. And I don't want to leave this earth ahead of time. I can't tell you guys how to be healthy and the things that'll greatly benefit you and not work on it myself. I also use my experience to help you as well. If I've had a bad experience with herbs, or if I had a bad experience with something, or I've learned something along the way, they say experience is the best teacher. And that's why I said if you have family, you have loved ones, and you have herbs, and you have a garden, especially a garden, you want to pass this knowledge down to them so that they're passing it down to the generation after them. Sometimes we don't see it in the next generation. Hey, but we can catch our children. Like I catch my children all the time, passing knowledge down to their children. I see how they're raising their children because they're remembering what I taught them. And even a lot of times, we may not think our children are listening at that moment. It may not just been their time. And for us, even with our health and well-being, sometimes it's not our time. But that don't mean we stop passing the knowledge down. It doesn't mean we stop giving the information because we want that information. Sound travels 1,120 feet per second. Sound. So that means that when I share my knowledge with my grandchildren, she's also sharing it with the next person because that sound is traveling 1,120 feet per second. Thought travels even faster. Thought travels even faster. So as I think it, it is coming into fruition. As I think it, if I am a mother, I am giving birth to it at the same time. As I think it, that thought, we are connected in this universe and we are sending those thoughts, we are sending those down, but we need to back it up with our words and how we navigate in this life. Like that's why I want to do write my book on herbs and how I use them in this modern time because I want my grandchildren to have it and pass it down. I may not see their grandchildren, but I know that they have it and they passing it on down the line to them. I think there was a lady, shout outs to her. She was 105 and she got her doctorate degree. 105. They were all stuck on the doctorate. I want to have a conversation with her about being 105. What's her diet like? What is her lifestyle like? She is 105 and we barely got young people can make it past 25. We got young people who can't make it past childhood diabetes. I want to talk to the woman that's 105. I want to look at my herbalists who are on on here and they're sharing their knowledge. I love watching all of the different channels talk about the things that they know about herbs and well-being. It is refreshing because again, that sound travels 1,120 feet per second. So we may think we're sharing it with one person or two people on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, but that sound is traveling. The next person that hear it, the next person that hear it, and they pass it on down. That's what you wanted to do. So now, back to our chicory. Um, we realize that it is great for heart health. It helps with weight management. If you're the type that you eat a lot of food, or your plate is really large for dinner, drink a cup of chicory tea before you eat, and you will feel fuller faster. And it will last you a long period of time. It's not like when you eat um, that McD and an hour later you're hungry, where you eat some Asian food and you're hungry an hour later, half an hour later. I remember one time I had some, and I'm telling you, an hour later, I couldn't even tell you what I had to eat for dinner. I was like, did I eat? And then I look at my receipt, like, you had Asian food. How you not remember? You just ate. That's that MSG. I'm telling you, really, we have to watch what we are consuming. So it's important to take care, and it starts with our gut. We have to clear out our gut. We have to get rid of those things that are in the gut that are causing that are inhibitors and causing the body to not absorb nutrients. We need to get back to absorbing our nutrients. So we know that's an excellent source of prebiotic fiber. It is like the dandelion. Again, with the chicory, sorry, you can consume the whole plant. It's just like the dandelion family. It's great for your liver. It is great for your kidneys. It is great for your heart. You want to add it to your herbal apothecary. If you have an apothecary, if you have a garden, if you can add it. I know, guys, as I used to do have it, and you planted those seeds. Is it still growing? Or did it all bulk or go through transplant shop? Because some things we may just need to put out there. Who was I listening to? I was listening to somebody this week, and they were saying how it was Wind Down Wednesday. Shout out to the Wind Down Wednesday crew. Um, they were saying, I think it was Stacy. He was saying how you know, especially if you're a new gardener, that whole first year you're learning. Were you on Wind Down Wednesday? When he was saying that yesterday, he was saying how things still grow. He was saying how I think it was a Popeyes or something where some watermelon was growing because people had spit out the seeds and then realized it wasn't fertilized. It had no organic material or anything added to it. It simply was growing because that's what the earth does. The earth provides. The earth provides for us. And I thought that was so awesome because we'll spend a whole lot of money, and I realized like and I do have some fertilizer, um, organic fertilizer, and I've been going through it. You know what I mean? But one thing I wanted to do is I seen a young lady and she was saying, I think that's Gardenary. She was saying how she don't use store bought fertilizer, and this was months ago that I watched her channel, and that's what made me switch over to my own compost tea. And I make two different kinds of compost tea. She was saying how reminding us that in nature the nature takes care of itself. The leaves that fall from the tree are mulch. It is natural mulch and natural benefits. Once a plant leaves and grow flowers, all of those medicinal benefits are up into the leaves and the flowers. So if you have a tree near you and the leaves are dropping, those are health benefits, and they fall to the ground and they nurture the ground. They provide a nutritional benefit to the ground. And so that's when I was making sure that when I built my raised beds that I used leaves. I went and collected leaves from different areas from people who gave donated them to me, and I put them out because I wanted to use something that was natural. And yes, again, like I said, I do have fertilizer that I bought from the store, and I had bought it. I tried to be prepared for this garden season, so I was buying everything when it was on sale at the big box store, all the fertilizers and the cat worm castings and all those things. I was buying those ahead of time because I wanted to be prepared. Again, I said this was going to be my best gardening year ever. But I'm constantly learning, and I hope that's what you guys are doing as well. Constantly learning. Learn what you can grow. Learn what you can't. Wine Down Wednesday was great yesterday. Um, I think the highlight for me was that. Be careful. Pick up. Go ahead, Maya, and y'all come pick this stuff up. That was one of the highlights for me is when Stacy said that, because it reminded me that was one of the reasons why I started gardening the way I did. That I wasn't just following trends. I wasn't following just somebody just because they was popular. I used a lot of the knowledge that I gained from Brook Farmer and so many others on these channels. And I made my own. I found that there were herbs, whether it was chickweed or other herbs, cleavers, nettles, dead nettles that are in my yard. I plucked them all up. Because when you want to clean your yard up and you want to remove all of those things that we consider weeds that are really herbs, I picked them all up, cut them up, and I put them in to depot bucket, and I added my rainwater to it. So I added rain. Whenever it rains, I open up the lid and I allow the rain to get inside of it, and then that will continuously feed my plants. And then whenever I'm filling up the bucket with water, I have another one that's just banana peels and any kind of like um, watermelon rinds, things of that nature. I put that in my big bucket that has a hole that catches the rain when the rain comes down, and I add it to that. And I'm constantly feeding my plants and my towers and stackables with that. I'll add maybe 1 or 2 cups of the compost tea and then my regular water. But I constantly keep it filled so that it's constantly giving back to my plants that phosphorus. Some plants need that. So I wanted to make sure that it was well rounded. And then I had one that had leaves in it. I kept the leaves in a bucket, and then I just let it catch rainwater. So I have 3 different ones that's catching rainwater. If there's more leaves, I have these giant trees in the back of my house, and when those leaves fall, I just rake them all up and throw them into that bin. And when it rains, the rain just fall down on them, and you can see them slowly breaking down. And that's the nutrients that I'm feeding back into my garden. We don't have to go spend a whole lot of money on getting those things. Uh, you know, we don't. But when you need it, you go do it. If your plants need it, you go get it. Whatever's going to make your garden grow, whatever's going to make you happy. If you're comfortable, you do what works for you. I remember Brooke saying, "What's the best garden? It's the one that works for you." He said, I said, mine to me is mine because it works for me. It's, I'm growing it because I did my research and I did, listen, took all the tips from everybody that I could. And my garden is growing based on the love that I am putting into it, my prayers that I pray over it. So that's the best garden for me is the one that works for you. And I'm telling you, I was struggling. It is a struggle with this heat, y'all. Now it rains so bad. They're not bad. I'm never gonna say the rain is bad because every day it rains. Because let me tell you, I do not have a hose hookup. I have to carry water outside. If I do not have water ready, I have to carry water outside. I try to have water already ready to go. Unlike the ones that catch in the rain, but when I use up that rainwater, oh my gosh, trying to wait for more rain to come is a struggle, especially when you're in a heat wave. I'm in New Jersey and I'm zone 7B. That heat wave is a struggle because I mean it rained so good yesterday. I went out there and I looked at everything. I was like, oh my God, it's still wet. By 12 o'clock, my garden was drying up. I kid you. And I just threw a little water out there, reached into my little rain buckets, got a little bit of water. I didn't use it all up. I put a little bit of water out there. But how are y'all gardens going? Is anybody else in a heat wave like me? I know some places haven't even had rain for weeks and months. How's your weather where you're at? Guys, is that what are you using to make your own fertilizer? What are you using to make your own fertilizer? Let me ask the whole thing that so when people watch this live and they go back and watch it, they can answer the question. What do you fertilize your garden with? Again I have that again my one bucket that has the organic material in it, but not a lot because the flies for days. But what I do is I have a mesh over the bucket first, and then I have a clear bag over it. I have a hole in the clear bag. So if any bugs can't get in it because that mesh is blocking it, but the rain can pour through all at once. I love that. And so I have mesh over each of the containers that I'm catching the water in. Because them gnats, honey, they are vicious. 511 fish fertilizer. Yeah, so I have that in my one bucket where I told you I'm making a compost tea. I put a small cap full. I'm scared to put the fish fertilizer out there only because I know that it will draw rodents. You like my globe? You like my globe? You bored now? Where's Maya? She on the tablet?
Yeah.
Tell her I said come here so y'all can get this stuff up. Uh, I like the fish fertilizer. Oh, you got it over your rainbow. So do I, because some bugs is relentless. The moment that I lift the plastic off, the flies run. So the what? No, no, no. Let me tell you how you can use that. So because I know that they're attracted to my what do you call that? My compost pile, and I know that they're attracted to my organic water barrel, right? What I do is whenever I see that my plants, and I just learned this, I see that my plant, I have some cucumbers and they did not get fertilized. So the flowers died and that hurt my heart because I'm like, wait, they're growing so good. And what happened is on the side, it's my side garden. So the flies and butterflies and bees are in the middle of my whole backyard. Fine. She's coming. Kamaya! No, no. And okay, I knew you were coming. Come help Jayla get this stuff up off the floor. Y'all, if y'all done making the cards, let's pick all this stuff up. Help her pick that stuff up, Jayla. Oh, cute. I like it. They birthday cards for my daughter. Am I cute or what? Oh, that is cute.
And I did.
Okay, let me see yours. You did? Let me see what you made. All right, let's get that stuff up. So, let me see what I missed. My granddaughter messed with my computer.
Oh, I did this. See?
Hey, Bouger. Oh, thank you. They're making birthday cards for my daughter. Hey, Bouger, I just shouted you out. I was telling her, I was talking with God's desire. Yes, she may have a snack. Do you like nuts? These are nuts.
No.
No, Maya can take you down and get a snack, okay? Or wait till I come down there, okay?
Sure.
All right. Hey, Bouger, I was just mentioning Wind Down Wednesday. How I was saying how one of the best things that I heard yesterday on your Wind Down Wednesday is when Stacy was saying how, remember he was saying how that watermelon grew in that Popeye's lot, he was gonna go back and get it, but he was saying how there was no fertilizer for it, but how the nature was just taking care of it itself. I thought that was so phenomenal. Hey, Chris.
And then I made one for you.
Oh, thank you. He said he loved your hair.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Okay. Thank you. Let me see what else I missed. Yes, I shouted, and also how Bougie, how you was talking about how, and I was totally agreeing. I don't know if you guys saw my comment in the comment section or y'all wind down Wednesday, how you were saying how, and we actually just discussed this, how a company, how they're moving to become organic, and your point was that if you really had our best interest, it shouldn't take a bunch of people moving to eat healthier and organically for you to start trying to make things organic. I don't trust that you had our best interest at heart. And I wholly agree with that. I truly agree with that because my thing is you should have our well being at the forefront of your mind. But again, we were talking about those particular companies, and they are actually one of those companies that use hormone. Yes, you may have a snack.
I said chew up the snack.
Huh?
I said chew up the snack.
Well, what snack you gonna chew up? I'll get you a snack in a minute, okay? Your pizza is still down there. Ask Jules where your pizza is. Want your pizza?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I want a snack.
Okay, I will get you the snack in a few minutes. My live is almost over, okay? Okay. Can you pick up your papers and come get these cards? So come Maya to come here. Because my hat is on the floor.
Maya, come here.
I'm sorry, y'all. I tried to warn y'all that my grandkids were here for the weekend, and they was definitely gonna interrupt the live. Thank you. You know what's funny? I went to my children's SpaghettiOs is not a snack. Okay, you want SpaghettiOs? That's not a snack though. That's food.
Oh.
You want some food?
No.
I didn't think you want food because I knew you was gonna waste that because you just ate pizza. All right.
I want snack.
Okay, I will get you a snack. Can you give me a moment? Oh, you know what? Here. You want a cookie?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Tell Maya to come here because you can't reach it. To ask her if she could please come so you can get a cookie.
Maya, please come.
Thank you so much. I took my grandkids to see their other grandmother today, and her neighbor had on the exact same head wrap. She was like, "Hey, take off my head wrap." I was like, "Great minds think alike." Can you please get her a cookie, please?
Sure.
Right where the paper is. Okay?
I don't understand why she wants so much snack.
She would like a snack.
She just threw up though.
I know. It's okay. See, what happened is she got it all out. And now she want to fill her tummy again. Jayla, ma'am.
Yes?
Come get this napkin because I don't want to see no cookie on my floor. I'm going to teach you how to vacuum tonight.
That kind of smells good. I want that.
Is that okay? Don't run up here, guys. I told y'all that I was on my live. What did I say?
Can I have a